Hi, I'm Carolyn from the Ohio Valley Museum of Discovery. Today, I'm taking you on a treasure hunt. We're going geocaching. To go geocaching means to use a GPS receiver to find a specific place on the Earth. In this case, we're finding a place where another geocacher has hidden a container. Inside that container, there's usually a logbook that we'll sign to say we've been there, and sometimes some goodies that we can trade for. So it really is like going on a treasure hunt. Now, the reason we're able to do geocaching is because of GPS, the Global Positioning System. This is a network of satellites up in space and receivers down on Earth that let us map where we are on the planet. Have you ever used a map online or in an app like Google Maps or Waze or Apple Maps? Then you've already used GPS data. Geocachers take advantage of all that data that's out there to hide and then find things anywhere on the planet. It's a lot of fun. We're going to use a very simple app, it's just called Geocaching, to find some treasure. Let me show you a little bit about the app before we go out in the woods. You're going to want to download the Geocaching app. Go to your app store and look for Geocaching. I already have it installed, so I'll just tap open. And once that's opened up there, I get a map, kind of similar to the road map apps that you might use. This one shows a little bit more of our topography and the aerial photography. You can zoom in and out, just like on those mapping apps. If you tap on one of the green circles, those are the caches that you can search for. This one is called Harriet the Spy. Let's tap on that and see a little bit more information about it. If you scroll down, you see a rating for difficulty, terrain, and size. That's really helpful in helping you decide which geocaches you want to look for. If we keep going down, we'll see who it was placed by, what date, and then there's a hint which can help you find that particular cache, and a place where you can message the owner of that cache, the person who placed it, if you would like to. Further, you'll find a description of either of that cache or of a series of caches. If we go back, we can read up on the activity for this particular cache as well. This is where geocachers like ourselves who are going to find this cache can say when they found it and if it worked for them. So for example, the most recent find was in 2018, where they say the coordinates were off, but the hint helped me find it. Let's go back. There's attributes, where you can find out, again, a little bit more about the area the cache is in to help you figure out where exactly you want to go. If we want to go find this particular cache, we'll tap on the Navigate button. We'll do that in a few minutes. First, let's explore the app a little bit more. On the map, you'll see there are also some gray dots. Let's choose one of those. This geocache has a difficulty above 2.0 or a terrain rating above 2.0, so we have to upgrade to see a little bit more. If you upgrade, which does cost a little bit of money, you can access all the geocache types, the more advanced geocaches. You can also overlay trail maps, which I think would be really helpful, and create lists and download some maps for offline use, which would be really nice for places like Stroud's Run State Park where you don't always have cell phone service. But for some of the more basic geocaches, the basic app, which is free, works just fine, and you are still able to find some of these caches at Stroud's Run State Park, which is where we're headed today. We also have some smiley faces on the map. These are caches that I have already found, and I pressed the log button to show that I found it and left a comment. The sad faces are caches that I looked for but wasn't able to find. As you continue your caching adventure, you'll have some of these too. One last thing before we go out. Remember about safety. This is just like going out for a hike. You'll want to bring water, a first aid kit, maybe some snacks or other things like that to make sure you have a good, fun adventure. You'll also want to bring a few small things to trade. You'll see later in the video the types of things you might find in a geocache. Finally, when you replace the box, once you've found it, put it exactly back where you found it. Don't try to hide it anymore. Don't put it in a different spot. Put it back exactly where you found it. And also, if you happen to find any trash near that geocache, go ahead and pick it up and pack it out with you. Once you've decided which geocache you're going to find, you click on the navigate button and you walk towards your destination. The arrow points the way that you're facing, and the distance will change as you get closer or farther away from the geocache. And we found our cache. This is the box of a regular sized cache. Inside are a few treasures and a log so we can sign to tell people that we were here. We'll pick out a treasure and leave a treasure. Now that we've found the cache, I'm going to log that we found it. So I tap the log button on the geocaching app, and I click found because I did find this one. Now I can leave a note. Easy, fun find with a great view. Post. And that's it. We're ready to go on to our next one.